Hey everybody, I'm Bob from Black Arrow Gaming, and welcome back to my 5th Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. And I have got a lot of problems to deal with. We got frostling machines kind of everywhere, although they've been going down. I've been picking them off bit by bit, and then I got this group here, Ganon, and his friends there going to go after the city on the next turn, I think. Also have the sorcerer invasion going on over here at the moment that I have to deal with. That I was going to send this person, or sorry, where did she go? Oh yeah, I hadn't moved her yet. My halfling sorcerer was going to go deal with that, but then I got invaded down here by the necromancer who's going to go after this city. And then on top of everything else, we got this guy who showed up out of nowhere and is pressuring this city. So, had a lot of good comments from everybody this weekend. I'll get to all this stuff in a second, but first, just some general housekeeping stuff that I want to go over. Um, a couple little mistakes I made as I was talking in the last episode. I was talking about resurrecting a hero, and like the halfling dreadnought specifically, the one that I had converted a little bit earlier. I actually can't do that if I'm already at my hero limit, and I currently am. I've got Farron, Karzan, and my sorcerer, and I don't want to get rid of any of them. So essentially, if I want more heroes, I'm gonna have to just convert them, or whatever. Um, Oh yeah, and so that was from Soterion. So thanks, Soterion, for pointing that out. And he also mentioned that I'm one city away from monoculture. So the next city I capture, like preferably a Frostling city. Maybe Karzan can get this one, but I want to migrate it to Orcs. I want to get another city migrated to Orcs, preferably Frostling, since I don't really have any investment in that race. Could do it to the Dwarves here. Have to see what Farron thinks of that, but we'll maybe figure that out on the next turn. But it is something to keep in mind going forward. Anon Me mentioned that Divine Justicars is essentially wasted on Ganon's Exalted. That's an excellent point. I've had this guy hanging out with Ganon's group for a while now, but he really doesn't need to be there. He could split off and go with somebody else. So I'll readjust that stack. Actually, I should probably just readjust that stack now. Let's move these guys one space forward here. And I think I'm going to just throw the shock trooper in with them. The rest of them are kind of stuck where they are, but I'll have just another shock trooper with Ganon, I think. I thought about putting the Storm Sister with him, but this army will still need a healer, so she's probably better off staying with them. And Anon Me also suggested a interesting strategy. I hadn't really thought of this before, but summoning a cherub in an arcane catalyst city, putting it with Ganon, and then giving it Mighty Meek. So I know that's a lot, but let's think through this here. So this is just an interesting thought experiment for the time being, because I can't actually put this into practice right now. I need my mana for other things. But arcane catalyst, something you could build in cities with a wizard tower. Units summoned within the city's domain gain additional rank and are supercharged. When a supercharged unit dies in combat, it spawns a random lesser elemental until the end of combat. Now, I think this would all work if you were to get a cherub and summon it in a city with an arcane catalyst. Anywhere with a wizard tower would work. Unfortunately, it's just outside of that city's borders. But I think I might actually have one. Oh, I do have one down here. Okay. So if I was to summon, well, that's ironic. That's the city I'm going to be summoning units in soon anyway. But if I was to summon a cherub here and it got supercharged, and then I put it with Ganon's army, it would have supercharged and resurgence, which would mean that if it died, it would come back as a lesser elemental during the battle, then would be resurged as a cherub after the battle. I think that's how it should work in theory. I've never tested this myself, but I think that's an interesting idea. The added bonus of giving it Mighty Meek makes a tier 1 cherub actually maybe kind of dangerous to some units, so just an interesting idea that if I get the chance, I'll try to remember to do that at some point during this series. I kind of thought that was pretty creative and would be fun to try. But for the time being, I do need my mana for other things, so can't do that right now. Blurry Intervision and Seb Skoog both pointed out that the Exalted group, or reminded me rather, that my Exalted groups, the orcs that I'm making down here, I was talking about sending them north, which I still am going to do, They're eventually going to go up here and clear out a bunch of this stuff, but they need to make a pit stop first to go underground and deal with the giants down here. And I asked them to remind me about that. They did, so I appreciate that. I may need another reminder in the future because it'll be a couple turns before they get there. But in the meantime, the city down there also needs to be doing something a bit different. And that was a comment from Casper Elkind, who suggested building an arena in my Goblin Exalted city here after I've got enough Goblin Exalted to do the quest. So I was talking about building the arena after I finish the Celestial Chamber. But what Casper is basically saying here is don't worry about that. You need Goblin, not Evangelists, Exalteds. You need Goblin Exalteds now because they can also go deal with the giant dwelling here. So I should probably make them first, enough to go clear the giant dwelling and complete that quest, and then worry about the arena. So thanks to Casper for pointing that out. A couple more to go through here. So Karza needs to put his helmet back on. That was a comment from Blurry Inner Vision. So I'll go do that right now because I don't want to forget. But yeah, he had his vision range helmet on, and he should probably be wearing the combat one, especially in between turns. And Blurry Inner Vision also corrected a mistake I made in the previous episode about how taunt works. I implied at one point that taunt forces the enemy to melee attack the unit that taunted it. It's actually not true. It just melee attacks the nearest enemy unit to it. So taunting a unit with the Glutton, I think, is what I was thinking about doing. Might have actually been more useful than I gave it credit for in a battle in the last episode. So thanks for correcting me there. Chris Lighthawk suggested keeping an eye on research costs because I've got up to 600 now, and I actually did look at this. There is the possibility that I could produce research in some cities, which I think takes boost research by half of production. I'm going to double check this because I want to increases research by, okay, it's just 50% of whatever the current research is, so not very much in that city. But I wanted to look at my capital and see how much I'm getting there. Double click here. So the capital's pulling in 68, so that's a bit more substantial. It's not enough to make a difference in getting Divine Channeling. That's 900, and I'm only getting 600 per turn. There are a few things that I may be able to stretch, like Power of the Word for 700, the Great Verge for 14. If I can get up to 700, I could get that in one turn and this in two instead. But the whole idea is that I want to get those as quickly as I can in order to try to get that All-Knowing Empire quest completed. So something to keep in mind, but for the time being, there's not much I can do about Divine Channeling. The problem in this game is that any extra research is essentially wasted. So on the next turn, it's going to be like I'm doing about 300 research, and then I have to start a new research on the turn after that. So it's it kind of just throws that extra away, unfortunately. Maybe I'll get a research boost happiness event in one of my cities. This would be kind of perfect timing for it, but we'll see. Okay, so the main thing this episode, and I will get to gameplay here in just a moment, but the main thing from you guys is I wanted to talk to you guys about what to do about all the problems that are showing up on my borders. The biggest one, possibly, being this city right here because it's the least defended. So I've got units coming, but they're not going to be there anytime soon, and I need a different strategy for dealing with this guy. Basically, I think I was talking about a spirit elemental. I was talking about summoning a spirit elemental here in a previous episode, and or in the last episode, to fight this thing off. But there's one very good reason why that would be a bad idea. This is a sorcery unit, and not just sorcerers, but anybody has banish. One wrong move, or one unlucky roll, and my spirit elemental's gone to take the city. But there is another option. Summoning a crap ton of cherubs, because they can't banish them all at once. This buys me time, because when I go to next turn, I'll get all my casting points back for the upcoming battle. That buys me time to cast Disintegrate. And maybe even I could get Disintegrate off 4 times, so it should work. But Mighty Meek I could also give the cherubs, but again, with the enemy probably banishing one of them every combat round, I'm just going to assume worst case scenario. It's probably safer to just try disintegrating that guy. He's a Draconian Flyer, so they don't really have a lot of defense anyway. So I think I should be okay to do that. So I'm gonna carry along to the end of this turn, and I'll do that at the end of the turn. But that is the general plan here. I did get Siren's Rock done, so I can finally get the Abyssal Ridge in this city. Start producing those Lords of the Deep. I don't think I need anything else. Lost Mariner, units stationed in this dwelling do not suffer from embark penalties. None of that matters. This would kind of help a little, but I want those Lords of the Deep out here fighting as soon as possible. So, and that's about, I got 360 production over 3 turns, so that actually works out pretty well. Okay. Where are we at here? We got the barracks, Celestial Chamber, Underground. Oh yeah. This is the city that's going to be making Goblin Exalted. I still need the Celestial Chamber before I can make them, so I will get that next. Dragons still want to join me. I still don't want to fork over the money for that. Same with these orcs. Can't protect them if they do join me. The city down here is still working on what it needs for the Storm Sisters, so I will let that continue doing what it's doing. We'll probably eventually need to increase its borders, and I will probably do that through an observatory, since extra research right now would actually be kind of nice. Alright. I know they've got a domain invasion there and there. As to what I do with my sorcerer army, I'm still kind of on the fence about this. So, I've got all this crap headed this way. I kind of think I need to send the sorcerer back to help deal with that. Maybe just with what they're sending after me, I would be okay. Maybe. But, and I could always summon a spirit elemental there on the next turn. But it's difficult to really tell what the right call is here. Ideally, what I would like to do is have the underground manage itself while the sorcerer goes up here and cleans house, but I don't know if that's how this is going to work out. I wonder if the sorcerer could reach those armies on this turn. Probably not. No, that's too far away. And I know they split off a decent chunk of their army over there. I think I'm going to take my chances in the underground, because even if the undead get this city, it's not really in a super bad spot. If worse comes to worse, I've got a good choke point to fall back to right here, and I've got some units. The sorcerer can get back underground decently quick, so I think going up to deal with the other sorcerer, who I know had a pretty substantial army in this area, and just locking down this halfling area in my favor is probably better. Plus, those are bigger cities. This isn't really a very great city, although it does have a trading post in it, which is kind of nice. But no, I'm going to send the sorcerer up for the time being and try to deal with all this sorcerer, the enemy sorcerer stuff headed my way. Plus, I didn't even think about that, but she can clear this on this turn, get some nice loot. Probable victory. She's got Chaos Rift that she can cast of her own, so this should actually be pretty easy. And I've got plenty of mana, so I don't have to worry about that. So we'll just do a manual combat and get some free stuff. I didn't even think about that dungeon being up here. Okay, so she doesn't have any converters in her army, unfortunately, or else I would try to get like that Warbreed or something, but alas, that's not going to happen. Okay, so we're up against a lot of Frostling units here. We've got Inflict Chilling. They don't have Inflict Freezing, though, at least not at its current rank. No, they don't get that at all, actually. Just Chilling. Actually don't, it seems like a pretty lousy version of a Manticore. I don't really play the Frostlings much, so I don't know a lot about many of their units, but that doesn't seem like a particularly good Manticore rider. And of course the Warbreeds with regrowth and a lot of guys with pointy spears. Alright, let's get the Shock Trooper probably up front, and I want to start Chaos Rift now. Actually, I'm going to move her forward one. Oh, no, she's good where she is, I think. Yeah, let's just start Chaos Rift now. Get the knights on the flanks. The giant maybe right here can hurl a boulder at something. How far can that guy go? Let's just prevent him from hitting the giant at all. And get a nice hit in on that Manicore Rider. I almost threw it at the Warbreed, but he would have just regenerated health. And I'm not sure what to do with these guys yet. I guess I might want to consider... giving that Shock Trooper Absorb Pain. That's okay for me, I guess. Okay, well, put a Wyvern in a nice spot. I'll go after that. Be stupid. Okay, now I need to back the Sorcerer up, probably as far as she can go. Get Thunderstorm going. Doesn't make a lot of sense in here, but we're just gonna go with it. Okay, so these guys have Absorb Pain now. They can go out and smash some stuff up. Could probably start with the... I would probably want to start with the Mammoth. And then go on defense, I think. None of these guys have Guard Breaker for some weird reason, do they? Nope. I don't think any of them do. That guy can't reach a Sorcerer. Okay, good. That's what one of the things I was worried about. Let's, actually, let's get the Warbreed. Because I can kill that without even needing to use Warcry. Then I could take a hit from the Mammoth and then just defend in a really irritating spot. Right there. Those guys, all combined, aren't going to be able to do anything about him. Alright, I want to move the giant back. Toss a rock at this guy. Finish him off with a knight, probably. He's got 30 health. Yeah, it's safer to do that, just to make sure I get the kill. Now, I don't want them running around and flank attacking the knight in the back. So I will put these guys here, guard. And I will leave these guys... Well, I'm not sure what he's going to do. If he goes after the knight, how much damage would he do? Not enough to where even combined with the other unit he would kill it. So I'm going to leave these guys back here because they've got Absorb Pain on that. Wait, did I not? Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't kill the Mammoth. Oh, they very nearly killed him because of crits, but not quite. Alright, he needs some patching up. I do not want to lose more units, especially not a relatively easy battle like this. Oh, I should have probably Nourishing Mealed somebody before this fight rather than after. Okay, that unit is panicked, although it probably doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill this guy with the giant, I think. No, I'm gonna kill this guy with the giant. He's in a more sensible position. I can actually take this guy out with the Exalted. Which gives her the opportunity to heal this guy. And I guess Shock Trooper can finish him off, and that's it. Oh, you know what? I should have let him run, because then I could have Nourishing Mealed the knight. That's a shame. Ah, more units at a much needed time. I think I'll take that. I can actually, I'm gonna stick them in there with that group. Or maybe I should bunch everyone together here. That's actually probably a better idea. Let's bunch everyone up right like this. That works. And we'll see what the computer does. This also leaves me in a position where I can get the Sorcerer army back underground quickly if I absolutely need to. As of this city, I think I'm okay on defense. I am building that wooden wall. Tempted to hurry production, but it would not matter because they could attack me next turn anyway, so. Alright, I think it's time to summon those cherubs. I am going to get 4 of them. Casper Elkind also correctly pointed out that summoning these guys is useful as well because they all become, they can become future scouts. Which I'll just send them out in a horde above ground. Alright, that is done. I think I'm just going to keep making merchandise here for the moment. Any extra gold is good. And I'll continue spamming Storm Sisters as much as possible. I think for the moment I'm going to move them into that fort. They could go either direction as needed. My capital city can do merch for now. Or continue doing merch. My High Elf city is actually pretty dang happy for having Dread Omen cast on it. It doesn't, like I was telling somebody in the comments, it strikes me as being strange that Dread Omen only seems to affect units in the city's border, but not like the city itself. So I guess as long as you're a civilian, you're immune to the curse or something. I don't know. But I won't complain because it's working in my favor. So the city is actually humming along quite nicely and giving me some decent resources. I think I'm gonna keep doing merchandise for now until I know things are safe. I don't want to spend money in there and then have this thing come in and take it and ruin a project. So I'll just let it keep doing what it's doing until things calm down in that area. I'm good with those guys where they are. And Raisino needs... I think I would like to make a hospital here. I think I just need to generally upgrade the Grand Palaces all over the place. But even so, general growth is still very good. And I have the money for it at the moment, so I probably should invest in that. I got my line of Crusaders here coming back to help. Alright, so this guy was going to build a road all the way... I think it might be about time for him to connect these roads. I think building a road all the way through is probably not a bad idea. Oh right, I was going to put a fort or a tower or something there too. That's okay. I kind of want these guys to have more mobility to get to wherever they need to go. There is haste berries there too that I could take advantage of. The computer never really seems to do that, so keep an eye on that. I guess everybody's distributed there as well as they can be. The cherub here can stay where he's at. I might actually move him up a little bit to keep an eye more on this northern pass. I'm kind of just moving him around as... no, I didn't mean to grab those haste berries. I was just talking about those, and then he auto-pathed right through them. Knew the second I clicked. I want to try to get him in range of... Yeah, I want to be able to see that bridge there. Okay. And then here's the other cherub that just won't die. And he's going to take their tower now. You know, I could actually raise the tower. That is unfortunately not their capital. Why not? I mean, they're just going to take it back. Ha! It's broken now, loser. Doesn't really do me a whole lot of good, but hey, it was fun. Alright, he can't quite get to the... Oh, he can get to this mountain. I'm going to keep going this way. They're having real difficulties tracking him down for some weird reason. Okay, I can get another Storm Sister in here, so I should probably do that. Didn't realize she was there. And can I get the Crusader in? Okay, good. He can reach it too. I forgot those units were there. That helps. Makes me feel a little bit safer. This Cherub, I'm just going to leave him on wait. Don't want to put him on guard because I want to know if anything tries to slip through here. He's just keeping an eye on it for me. And then maybe I could get one more Storm Sister. Now might be a good time to use those haste berries and get her into the fight too. No, she can't quite make it. Alright, with that in mind, I'll have her sit in the fort with the other one. Okay, that's pretty much everything I can do. So we just gotta hold tight and hope for the best. Hopefully I don't have to burn through too much mana on the next turn, because I may need to summon a Spirit Elemental in 1 or 2 turns. I'll be interested to see what the Devar, oh my gosh, more bleed over from Planetfall, ladies and gentlemen. Be interested to see what these guys do. Okay, so they are just going for it. It's a bigger army than this group can probably handle, and they'll be here on the next turn, so, Well, the good news is I have Smite. This might be enough forces to hold out while I smite the heck out of everything else. I mean, they're all undead. A couple of them are just cadavers. I've got a Cherub, I've got Mighty Meek, I've got some options, but a Spirit Elemental likely will not be one of them. Oh, I dare you to attack me, by the way. Please, try it. You'll get disintegrated immediately. Okay, so I should probably be above ground watching the Dreadnought movement. Looks like they're trying to... they embarked units there. That was a mistake. I've got plenty of flyers. Okay. No movement down there. I don't see anything on the map. Ferric is moving now. Oh wait, no, that's orange back here where my Cherub is. This guy is... I think these guys are trying to chase him down. Just wasted time. Like, this is not even really the Necromancer's problem. It's just orange being kind of a just not understanding that, you know, maybe you should take out the enemy scout that's scouting out your whole land. Maybe that's important. I don't know. His turns still take noticeably longer than everybody else's. Bernhilda's are going faster. Somebody mentioned that in the comments, so that's probably good news for me. And the Necros didn't take too long either, but that guy is... I'm worried about him. Like, he's probably absurdly powerful, but he's just so far in the back that his stuff hasn't hit the front line yet. I wish I knew where his capital was. That would be nice. I wish I knew where Green's was. If I could knock out the other sorcerer, I'd start feeling a little safer about casting global spells and stuff. Dude, you gotta wrap it up, man. Wonder if I repeatedly right-click whether that'll make his stuff go faster. Because he's moving stuff around that I can't see. Let's take a look at the overworld map for the underground to see if we spot anything useful. Sadly, I think I got a feeling the Necros capital is down here some here. He seems to have a lot more stuff down here. I don't see any of the cities on the overworld. Plus he's a dwarf. So it's a pretty good bet he's underground somewhere. But he just doesn't worry me as much as the others do. Particularly, apparently, Orange, who is still taking his turn. Holy crap, he must have a lot of units. That's kind of terrifying. Green probably does too, although I think I've whittled down a few of them. Alright. Finally is Green's turn. I want to see what he does in this area. Okay, these guys are moving. Okay, so I know there's an army here. That's not good. He's going for that elf city. I might have to chase them down and try open field combat. I don't know. What are they going to do down here? Maybe... I'm kind of glad I brought her up, because I got a feeling I'm going to need to put some extra pressure on them. Okay, notably, Green did not attack me underground. Oh, I should have paid attention to where that... Oh, wait, I know exactly where that flyer went. He's right there. I could actually chase him down and surround him. You know, I probably don't even need... Could these 3 units take him out by themselves? I think I'll bring the cherubs in just to be on the safe side. But the good news is that I don't need to spam disintegrate on him, because now I can surround him with more units. What's up? And there's no others in this area. You know what? If he wants to spend time mana banishing those cherubs, I guess I'm okay with that. He's not going to be able to handle this all in a straight-up fight. I was hoping, or I was concerned he might go after them, though. Okay, he didn't even try casting a spell. So, I think what I might do is just sacrifice that cherub and try to get the others back. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. You're on your own here. I want to group everybody else up. Alright, and now everyone is safely together. And he's not trying to banish anything. That's good news for me, I guess. Alright, now you gotta deal with 6 units all by your lonesome. I want him to rush in and attack something. Probably the tiger. Let's see if I can get a curse off on him. Okay, perfect. That actually is very, very nice. Alright, let's see if I can get him to go after that tiger, probably. Right there. Alright, perfect. Now, that opens him up to plenty of flank opportunities, which are going to do even more damage because of his curse. I might be able to kill him with the cherubs alone, which would let me heal the tiger. It's probably preferable if I can pull that off. Let's do this. You guys are traveling in back. You punch him. Yeah, I'll be able to kill him with the cherubs, so I'm going to use this guy to heal with the tiger. Promotion for the cherub. Okay. That problem's solved. Easier than I expected. Alright. Oh my gosh, an item has arrived. A few items have arrived. That's right, I did send this griffin egg to this guy. I think I wanted him to have killing momentum more than the extra defense, so you can take those. Does anyone else need extra defense? Ganon's got plenty. The sorcerer... I think the sorcerer could use extra defense. She's a halfling after all. Might send this over to her. The Hellhound, I think, can pretty safely be sold. I guess I'll keep the gun. Crossbow, no. Alright, who else got stuff? Ganon got this, which is fairly crap compared to my other stuff. I might be able to make use of it on the halfling, possibly. She's just got Holy Champion from that, which is maybe handy against the Necro, I suppose. She's got too many items. I think I'm just going to sell this one. I'll send this to her just because it could be useful. I might be able to, if I remember, to switch it in and out. I forgot Ganon has a fairly mediocre mount, not a bad one. So he could maybe use something else too. This gives him regeneration, so it's different from that item. He's got the crossbow, he's got a couple different magic damage channels. I guess that's good. And he's got repair machine. Karzan got a fire protection ring. I'm pretty sure I can sell that. A second potion of healing, which everyone Oh, you know what? Farron actually does not have a potion of healing yet. Ganon has healing by himself. She's got healing from something. Where is she getting healing from? Oh, I made her... She's got that... Oh, okay, she's got that medic bag. I may as well give this to Farron. Can I do that without wasting movement? Yeah, not without too much trouble. I'll just give it to him now. So I'll drop this on the ground. Slip away could be handy from Karzan. I'll hang on to that, but I think it's unlikely, actually. I think probably not. Alright, so I need flyers and swimmers to go after that stuff. So that would be you guys. Plus, we'll throw the glutton in because he needs XP. I want to make him into a fighting machine. Alright, now Karzan can get that started. Before I forget, though, I'm going to have Farron pick that item up. So now Farron has healing, too. Alright, Karzan, do your thing. I think I should be able to handle these guys. And you've been stunned. And you've been stunned. I'll let the glutton get some XP. Karzan can nourishing meal him, I guess. Definitely kill that. And I think I'll just have the snake stun this or finish it off. Nope, it's stunned for a turn. You kill the tier 4. Oh, I could have healed him up a little bit more. A mistake. Oh no, wait, he's undead. I would have had to do a nourishing meal. Wait, I did nourishing meal him, didn't I? Yeah. So I couldn't have healed him anymore. Oh no, Karzan has heal undead. Crap, forgot about that. Okay, well, he'll be okay. Still got most of his health. All right, I've more or less cleared the Frostling Dreadnought from this area. So I think at this point I can bum rush a city, which is good because I want a new orc city for monoculture. So let's put Karzan here and get his little group back together, which includes that snake, the exalted, the firstborns, and the giant. And have Farron rejoin with his crew, which does not necessarily include the orc priest. He might be kind of wandering around on his own. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with him. But definitely the glutton, the dragon, the snake, the halfling, and that guy. I don't... Oh, and I gotta keep the cadaver alive. Crap, forgot about that. Yeah, the cadaver kind of has to stay with him. It's a gold rank cadaver, so I don't really want to lose it. Because I gotta keep patching it up every turn. It might almost not be worth it just because I have to keep patching it up every turn. I'll have to maybe give that one some thought, but the glutton does need some healing. So the dragon can fly. He can be a little more independent on his own, I think. Can hang out with the orc priest for no reason in particular. All right, let's see here. I want to get eyes on that city, better view. We got another hero here. Shar the Sultan, a Tigran rogue, level 8. Doesn't really matter because I don't have a way of converting him. I could try to Ghoul Curse him. But he's really not the primary target here, and I don't want to run through the wetlands and slow everybody down. I want to take a city. And Winter Blossom is next on my list. Let's throw on Karzan's helmet here and get a better look at what's got going on. So there's A crap ton of juggernauts, basically. Okay. Not the first time I've dealt with that, so... Plus, I got good units to counter that at this point. So I think I'm just gonna kind of go for it. Attacking that city is going to be a little interesting because of how things are positioned. It's possible I may have to split up flyers again or something, but... Well, I'm going to have to wait until next turn anyway, so... Alright, we're going to get as far as I can go. Which for this group isn't that far. For Farron's group, this is the best they can do. But this guy can reach all the way to here. So I'll just do this. And we'll just see what they do next. Ball's in their court, and see how they decide to deal with this. I could theoretically get surrounded by a lot of stuff, but I don't think the computers are smart enough to really surround you and work together with each other. I don't know that I've ever seen that happen before. I'm gonna get the, do I want to go for a Grand Palace in this one, or just go straight for Storm Sisters? The Observatory would get that in my borders. I think I want the Observatory sooner rather than later here, for that extra research. I've already dealt with most of these items, I think. I don't remember what that rod does. Firebolts? Oh, I need to put Carson's helmet back on. That that's absolutely useless for Carson. Really, it's useless for any of my heroes except for maybe the Sorcerer. Might be nice against Undead, but she's already full up on items and I don't think it's worth worrying about, so I'm just gonna sell that. Actually sells for quite a bit of money, but I'll take the golden mana. Okay, I finally got the Grand Palace done in this city, which is nice. That bumped up my casting points to 180. I think that for this one, probably gonna just go on or stay on merchandise production. I don't know. I've got a lot of money now. It's probably worth. I mean, the city can make pretty good shrines of smiting. I think I'll grab a couple more. Why not? And of course, more Exalted. Always welcome to have. I'll have this guy kind of try to catch up with this group here. I would like a stack of 6. How many turns do I have left for that giant quest? 8? I've still got quite a bit of time. Okay. I think I should still be able to get there. I might need some help from the goblins down here. I think what I'm going to do is once that guy catches up, actually I'm going to send, there's no reason to have the other group wait for him. I'm going to send these guys out. Oh man, I wish he could reach those haste berries on the next turn, but he's a couple turns away. Because if he can hit that, and then they can move pretty quick. I'm gonna send these guys probably like here. And maybe have them wait. I'll let this one catch up, and then the rest I think I can produce in the Goblin City. The rest of the Exalteds that I'm going to need to finish that giant quest. I think as far as Ordron goes, maybe I need a couple more Storm Sisters. Probably not a bad idea, but I think I'm going to stop making them before long. This area is starting to feel pretty secure, so I'm probably going to maybe go for a Grand Palace here as well. I need to do something about the group that went south. First off, I need to find out where they are. I guess this Storm Sister can be the guinea pig. Well, they're still... Wait, where did they go? They're right there. That is close enough. Oh, man, it's just out of range of several of those Crusaders. That's unfortunate. The giant could get in on it. Shrine of Smiting, not quite. The giant and the shock trooper could get in on it. This could be a decently tough battle, but I think I'm going to give it a shot. At least just try to slow them down a bit. As far as this stuff goes, I think the Sorcerer is good to stay up here because I'll be able to summon a Spirit Elemental down here, and that should give these undead some pause before attacking me. Plus I can get Smite. Hit them with that too. In fact, none of that stuff's going to be very good at taking out a Spirit Elemental. I think I really only need the one. It's 150. Okay. I need to try to avoid spending 30 mana in this upcoming battle here, if that's possible. But I think I'm going to try to do something about these sorcery units here, in part because they're alone, and it's not the strongest stack, but also in part because I don't know what way they go, and I don't want them getting behind my lines and causing trouble. I wish that Storm Sister could get into battle. Also, wish those could, but they're all just a little too far away. This seems risky to me, even with the giant and the shock trooper in on it, but I really need to try to do something about these guys. The giant, actually, I need to make sure somebody can actually launch the, okay, the giant has enough movement, he could. Okay, I'm gonna go for this. I've got a decent amount of faith in these units. I do have them ever so slightly outnumbered. Probable victory. I will take that. I just hope he doesn't get super spammy with spells. The nice thing is his Phantasm Warrior and his Wisp are practically useless in this one. Because I've got stuff that can easily take them out. Specifically those guys. Alright, can he curse anybody that would be useful for him to curse? I think the Watcher, maybe. Can't curse the Eldritch Horror. Alright, slowing him down's fine. I mean, Doom Gaze is annoying, but it's not going to be the end of the world. I'd like to do something about that Treb if I could get to it. I think I'm going to let that Eldritch Horror come in. He's going to probably try to dominate. Okay, Dominate's a touch ability. The Crusaders can't be dominated because they've got strong will. Most of my other units can be. So I want the Crusaders up front. Sitting right here. He can try to dominate them if he wants to. Back everybody else up just out of his range. And then probably throw a boulder at the Watcher. I don't like him. I want him to go away. Move a little further away before I do that. Alright, if I can get through this without casting spells, that would be ideal. He's getting Star Blades and stuff. Did he just put Star Blades on his Trebuchet? Are you serious? Well, I guess it does give range attacks shocking, but all the other benefits are wasted on that Trebuchet. Alright, that guy unfortunately went on defense. I do not like that. I want to try to kill him. But do I need to do it on this turn? He wants to dominate something. I know he does. I can't curse him because he's got poison immunity. I can't even attempt to curse. I would like to try just so it fails and it slows down his movement. You know what, guys? was all you. Just get in his way. Hopefully I can... I mean, if he goes either way, he's going to take hits. So if he wants to try to dominate something that bad, that's fine. I've got Dispel, I've got other options. I've got several units with Dispel, so I should be okay. These guys are practically useless against the Beholder, or the Watcher. I would like him to just go away and be no more. I did not succeed in cursing him last time, so I can try to curse again. Which I am okay with. I'll take that. Maybe he'll fumble an attack or something. And I would like to get these guys out of range. Okay, I'm going to put them out of range of that thing. I don't want him dominating. He can't dominate the giant. He could dominate the shock trooper. He could dominate a few different things. I'm going to spread everybody out a little bit. I think I'm going to put her here. That could be annoying too. All right, I'm going to leave him there. Put him here. Make sure nobody's sitting directly adjacent to each other except for those two. And we'll see what happens. Oh gosh. Okay, that sucked. I don't like that. Because that makes it really risky for these guys to go in for a kill on the Eldritch Horror. Or on anything for that matter. I need to try to dispel that. What's the cost to do? 50, and a 50% chance. That sucks. I think I'm probably better off using my own spells to just try to disintegrate something, but no, I can't do that because that would cost 40. And I wouldn't have enough to summon... I wouldn't have enough to summon an elemental, which I still need to do. I can only use 30 tops. No, he's got spirit protection. He's fairly inconsequential. This could be bad. Static electricity could kind of ruin everything here. I could try banishing something. Wait, how much does that cost? No, banish costs 40 too. It's too much. Killer Instinct, maybe. Divine Protection. Divine Protection might do it. The extra resistance would help in dealing with their chance to stun me. Part of me wants to cast Rebirth on somebody and just go that route, but that's also too expensive. I think Divine Protection's probably the way to go. The big question is who gets it. Probably, ideally, the Shock Trooper, but he could kill the Shock Trooper. He can't kill the Crusader as easy, because the Crusader's got all that extra health. So I think I'm going to give it to the Crusader, have him just deal a ton of damage to that thing. Plus, I have to remember, it's not... Those things are not resistant to the Storm Sister Shock, so I could zap them, or I could use the Storm Sisters to heal that guy. I think this is the way to go. Hopefully I don't get really unlucky. Let me double check the cost of that before I cast it. Okay, I'm good. It's a very low chance to be stunned. Okay, they did pretty well. I think they did end up getting stunned. Nope, just static electricity. Okay, good. Then I think she can actually finish that guy off, or she could heal to where the Shock Trooper could finish him off. Actually, I want to heal with this guy, because this guy won't do much damage to either the Eldritch Horror or the Watcher. So, probably heal the Shock Trooper with him. I want to use this guy to get preferably behind that thing to max flank damage. I'm also trying to figure out how to get these guys out of the situation they have found themselves in. Oh, wait. I think this guy's panicked. No, that's Curse. Crap. That would have been useful. What about a melee strike? I mean, we're talking about a giant here. If I heal with these guys, heal the giant, he doesn't have the best resistance, so this could end badly for me with static shield, but... Or I could just use up his movement points. What does static shield do? All friendly units on the battlefield, all enemy units are... Okay, so I need to look specifically at what static shield does, because if it only affects when I hit them, every time an enemy unit performs a melee or touch attack, they have a chance to be stunned. So technically speaking, if I don't attack it with a melee attack, it can't stun me. It still does a nasty bit of damage. What I'd like to do is hit it with a boulder and turn it around. Unfortunately, doing so is going to open the giant up to attacks from those guys, and I'm also not sure if he could take another hit from that thing. I think he could. Yeah. Yeah, I need you out of the picture very, very badly. Now, I'm hoping the orc... He's got killing momentum, so as long as he doesn't get stunned, this should work. Okay, good. Oh, the crit was very, very timely there. Okay. Now I can soften him up. I'm afraid I'm going to lose that giant. I don't know if there's any way I can prevent that other than maybe a smite, but I think I've already used... Yeah, I've already used my spell for this turn. Yeah, because that guy's going to come running in, and I can't get the Storm Sister there to heal him in time. She's just a bit too far away. Alright, so I'm going to use her. We'll just make sure nobody else dies. So I'm going to use her to zap this thing a bit. And actually, he can't quite kill that thing. She turned it around, so I can't flank it with this guy now. Might be best off going on defense. I mean, he can't move. He'll probably try to dominate the Shock Trooper. Oh, I forgot that Treb's back there. Crap. Dang it. Just noticed that. Okay. I need to get that guy some help. First off, I think I want to try to kill this. Crap. Stunned me and panicked me. The thing just will not die. Alright. I'm gonna finish it off with these guys from a safe distance. He's stunned for a turn, so he can't even run away right now. I'll heal him. And I'm thinking about actually retreating these guys. The question is, could they kill my Shock Trooper if I did that? I am not certain about that. I think I'm going to lose another Orc Priest here, but I'm going to do that, and he can't... Maybe if I curse him and it fails, he won't be able to do anything? I'll try that. Yeah, he can't even move now. So it's a question of whether the Treb can kill the priest, and it probably can. Yep. Okay. And there goes my brave shock troopers. Wonderful. Yeah, this is starting to actually get kind of down to the wire here, and it's making me uncomfortable. Need that guy to go away. You know, this might be another time for the Storm Sisters to melee this thing. Maybe I could use another spell here just to make sure I don't lose something. Ah, no, smite's too much. A divine protection would work. If I cast that on the Storm Sister, she'd be able to easily soak up that thing's action points at no risk to herself. Well, I won't say at no risk to herself. Crap, he still stunned her, even through all her shock resistance and divine protection? Dang, yeah, that sucks. Well, at least he didn't kill her. I want to heal her and then finish it off, but I don't think I can do that. Alright. You gotta just kill that thing. He's a problem. And he needs to go away. And she needs to hide behind a rock or something. The Treb doesn't have quite as much range as I thought it did, so I think I'm gonna be okay here. I mean, I know I'm gonna be okay at this point. I think the sacrifices I made in this battle are still probably worth it overall. See if I can position these units to where they can heal each other and preferably not die or get flanked. Oh, I actually should have had them heal themselves. That would have been better. Okay, would you stop, please? See, now you're just being spiteful. I think I can stun it. Well, I did not. Now she's stunned. I'm gonna lose this battle. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. That's a morale hit, is what is most irritating about it. The lone Treb's not going to be able to do much. I got rid of most of the dangerous stuff, but my hands were tied because I couldn't use my spells to their full effectiveness, and he could. Dang it. Okay, well, still got my very irritated shock trooper there. Let's get all you guys banded together in that city again, and we'll just try to get this on the next turn. I'm going to send a little bit of help down there for him. He might go after the Lone Storm Sister. If he does, there's not much I can do to stop that. Okay, well, that'll be enough to make him run away, I think. That did free up probably quite a bit of gold income, so there's a little bit of a bright side, I guess. But it does make me feel better to not have that Eldritch Horror behind my front lines. Praise the leader. It's about time somebody did. Pharaoh is done. I can actually finally make these Archon casters. I've been sort of working towards this for a while. I don't want to yet because I want to cast Embrace Darkness on that city first. But I guess I do just need them for the heals, primarily. You know what? They're dedicated to evil anyway. It's not like I have to have that, and they won't be doing very many melee attacks, so... let's go ahead and make some. Maybe just make a couple of them for now. Maybe 3. That would let this army actually these undead actually kind of get out and do something. Or I could bring them up to join Carson and Farron too. I'm slowly losing my voice, I think. Alright, well I'm fine with that, carrying on with more Storm Sisters since I'm losing them as fast as I'm making them. It would be nice if I could get one of them to level up just once. Alright, so here's a question here. I could run out, summon the elemental and run out and just like try to wreck these guys with it right now. Plus I got that cherub that could get in on the fight. I think I'm probably going to do that. But it is also time for me to wrap this episode up. So maybe I'll save that for the next episode. You guys can kind of let me know what you think of the current situation. It is a shame I lost that big army, but overall, I'm not too sad about it. Like, these are losses I can easily recover from. What's more problematic right now is losing cities. That's something I definitely want to avoid, especially since these are all actually my cities now and are therefore contributing to my economy. I do have a lot of gold to work with too, so there's that. Part of the reason why I kicked off Shrine of Smiting production back here again. So yeah, you guys can kind of let me know what you think of the overall situation here. Maybe what I should do about the Necromancer. Should I get aggressive with Hostra up north and try to kill all this stuff now? Should I send her back down to deal with the Necromancer? I'm leaning towards leaving my Halfling Sorcerer up here, at least until this stuff's cleared out. But, and then just using the Spirit Elemental down here since I have the mana for it. Actually, you know what? That is what I'm going to do. And I think, you know what? We're going to call it a bonus battle. We're going to go a little bit long on this episode. I want to try to clear this stuff out. And I think that Spirit Elemental is just what the doctor ordered for doing so. I just want these guys out of my hair, so to speak. Closely matched, but I think it's a bit more tilted in my favor. That Spirit Elemental is bad news for these guys. Not even worried about stiffened limbs. Now, if he banishes the Spirit Elemental, then I'm in trouble. I didn't think about that. Maybe I could dispel stiffened limbs, try to get him to cast it again. Yeah, alright. Meanwhile, you can just start throwing magic at stuff. Banshees do some poison damage, so it's worth keeping in mind. I think I would like these guys to be the target of that warg, if I can arrange for that. Probably putting them here and maybe the Spirit Elemental here would sort of force them, at best, to run past the flyer, and they probably won't want to do that. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'm going to leave the cherubs in a position where they can hopefully flank something if needed. Same thing with these guys. Actually, these guys would be better suited fighting that Hellhound, I think. Alright, we'll see what this guy does. He'll probably come in and Wail of Despair on something, which I think checks against spirit resistance, so it can't affect my Spirit Elemental. Maybe I should go ahead and just throw some stuff out at him now. Yeah. Broke his spirit already, so he's not happy. Okay, what is that? Oh, that's Desecration. Well, that sucks, but I think I can still deal with it. Not all of my units are devout, some of them are. This one is ironically not devout. Alright, I think I'm gonna Warcry these guys with the orcs. because they are good at such things. I don't know. I'm gonna... They'll do a lot of damage on retaliation. Maybe what I'll do is just hit them twice. They've got overwhelmed. That's part of the reason why they're doing so much damage. Alright, you guys can probably deal with that Banshee, right? Yeah. Get rid of him. I'm just gonna pick him apart with single hit attacks. I've got time before the rest of everything else shows up, so there's no reason to rush this. I'll do this. Then they've got killing momentum, so they can do this and still have movement to kill the Lost Soul. I'm gonna bestow Ironheart on them, I think. Especially since they're already despaired, that's probably a good choice. And I can move him up, get rid of the Lost Soul. He can move here, and everyone is good. So we're ready for wave 2. Stiffen limbs again, huh? You want to keep wasting your mana on that, you go right ahead. I, on the other hand, am going to wreck you with Spirit Magic. I could try dispelling Stiffen limbs again. Not sure if it's worth it or not. I would like to keep that flyer alive, so healing him or dispelling it either is probably a good choice. Problem is no one else can really move up safely to deal with that problem, so... Of course, I do have killing momentum, and I also can throw spears. So what I'm gonna do, soften him up between magic and other attacks. I should be good, and can go back on defense, and I don't think either of these guys could kill him by themselves. I don't really want that Lost Soul coming back, so I'm just gonna stay on that spot. He's probably okay. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so he's still alive and kicking, despite having an awful lot of debuffs. I think the Axeman is probably the next ideal target. So let's take care of him next. Again, let's use killing momentum to its full extent, and he might die if I leave him there now, but I don't know that I was ever going to get through this battle without losing any units. I don't really want the Spirit Elemental getting swarmed by melee attacks, so I kind of need to do something about that. Both my healers are back. But I think this guy... Well, I'm not going to be able to kill that cadaver anyway, so... I think I'm just going to heal him up as much as possible and kind of wish him the best of luck. In the meantime, I can move the Spirit Elemental or the Cherub here. They could eat the Cherub alive, though. Alright, I'm going to move the Cherub kind of in the back. Move these guys here, put them on defense, just to guard one of this guy's potential flanks. And we'll patch up this flyer, which may not matter, but we will see. That's about as good as I can do right now. It'd be nice if I could get through this without losing anybody, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, they're going to gang up on that guy. Well, that's okay. I can deal with that. Picking the spirit. I picked up that Spirit Elemental at a very good time. Alright, I want him targeting whichever unit has the most health, which is going to be that Axeman in the back. The Prospector's a bit easier to deal with. So, let's break that cadaver first. He can flank hit it with this. That will probably, almost certainly kill it. Okay, good. Oh, I didn't really want this to happen, but it's their Slayer bonuses are kind of a problem. I might leave these guys on defense, actually. He does have... No, he does not have Broken Spirit. He might just go nuts on that priest and try to kill it. Maybe I should have ran up and melee attacked him with the Spirit Elemental. That would have at least lowered some of his movement. Now I'm not so sure. I'm gonna kind of hope for the best here. Okay, good. Oh, you suck. Get back there and put some pressure on that guy, please. Thank you. Get you out of the way. Preferably sometime today would be nice. Thanks. Okay. Well, I'd say that was at least still tilted in my favor, so it's a decent size undead army, and it buys my sorcerer some time to do what she needs to do. It also buys me time, because I can now just summon more spirit elementals. So, I think the next thing for this city is probably a wooden wall, actually, now that I got some time to build it. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going to call it for this episode. That is good for now. I'm going to go ahead and queue up, I don't know, probably a paid absolution, because I do need that. Yeah, I need that in a lot of cities. I'll just have that in my queue for now, but if you guys have a better idea for a different spell I should be channeling right now, let me know. Otherwise, I think next episode we'll take the fight to green with the Sorcerer army and hopefully kind of just get control over the front line, which has been quite the battle so far. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.